Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today, I'm so excited to have on a 31-year-old from Chelmsford, England. His hockey journey has taken him to England, where he is a staple and legend with the Chelmsford Apaches, Mohawks, Chieftains, and Tomahawks. He then mucked around the USA and has the body for the beaches of California, where he mucked it up. After that, he set up shop in the Shed's Honey Hole, Cardiff, Wales, and found a home and a wife. He is aging like a fine wine and seems to get bigger, stronger, smoother, and just better every season. He has laced up for Team GB and should be a shoo-in to make the squad for at least the next 8 to 10 years. He has been a Cardiff Devil for a decade and has earned a testimonial because he is a fantastic teammate that can fight, score, muck it up, and he wins. And if I had to guess, we'll still be doing it for the Devils another decade from now. Welcome to my kitchen, Josh Batch.
Thanks for having me. That's I think the intro gets better every time, so thank you.
Well, you got to get creative. This is your 4th time to the Shed Dish. This is my kitchen now, right?
Yeah, for the fourth time. I feel like I'm almost a
You call it a staple and legend of the Shed.
yeah, it's a recurring segment.
So I get into how we know each other. Last time I had you on was right after you got married to Tash, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty exciting stuff, Ace. How's married life going?
Yeah, it's been good. I think we probably touched on it on the episode. There was a lot of stress leading up to the wedding with planning and all that kind of stuff. So it was good to kind of be able to just
To get it over with?
Yeah, have it get over with.
Kind of like planning a testimonial, because you know what I kind of think a testimonial's like? They're kind of like your hockey wedding day. Like you get to choose your groomsmen that get to come play hockey for you and stuff, right? And like you get to celebrate your life being married to that team. It's kind of funny, right? It's you finished one wedding of planning and now you're into the next one. And I bet you Tash is doing most of the planning, isn't she?
Yeah, she's helping in a lot. There's she's been selling merchandise every week at the games and all that kind of stuff. And the events itself, we've only done one, but we'll talk about the next one, I'm sure, in a bit. But yeah, she's helping out however she can.
Well, that's good. So the Devils let you sell the merch during the games, eh?
Yeah, I'm on brand, as you can see.
Yeah, nice shirts though. So other than at the Devils games, where else can people buy that stuff? Because that's a cool logo. How'd you come up with it too? Where can they buy it, and how'd you come up with the logo? There's my questions.
So all merchandise is available in the Brink Bar during games or on the website, which is you can find it on my Twitter page, or it's fairly simple. It's just 41testimonial.com.
There we go. Shed boost.
Collection or shipping, either way is fine. But yeah, I gave Tash kind of an idea of what I wanted, and she took it and ran with the logo. And
she came up with the logo, did she?
Yeah. It's kind of, my idea was kind of do like a Metallica kind of style. So she kind of modified that into something that kind of worked. And the logo is on the back that we worked with the suppliers to kind of come up with something cool, which it was an idea they took from one of the Devils 30th anniversary t-shirts they did with have you seen it? It's got the 41 on the back, and then it kind of has some faint pictures of me throughout the year.
It's pretty cool, dude, and it's pretty cool that people are buying that stuff and wearing it around, eh?
Yeah, I mean the first lot of stuff we got, I think it was like 100 pieces total that sold out within a couple of weeks. So we're on to like the second batch of stuff now, so that's selling well. And once that's gone, I'm not sure. We'll see at what point in the year we are, but we've still got a fair few things left. So hopefully sell that and see where we stand. Trust the expert.
Well, that's awesome that you came up with the logo. People are buying the stuff. I remember the day that Lee Freeman made the logo for Two Ales and Hockey Tales, and the day I saw it, I just made my heart want to explode. It's probably kind of similar, right? This day's finally here for you.
Yeah,
it's coming, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was. It took a while to sort of get to the point where we actually got it, the merchandise and stuff. So it was good to get it all, and the support's been great, and all that money just goes to kind of help get players over for the testimonial, and which is kind of the big event. So
so what are you doing for the big testimonial then? you doing the 4-team tournament like Matthew Myers?
No, I think the plan is to do. We're going to try and host a dinner the night before.
You're gonna what?
Have a dinner the night before.
Yep. I know Matthew was originally planning on doing that, then he didn't. But yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I think hopefully if we kind of get the details out there soon enough, we can have a dinner the night before where we'll pick 2 team captains and do a draft, and then kind of have a mix up of the current and the former players and teammates. So
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think a testimonial I did before, someone did that idea, and I think it's a good idea because it can kind of mix up the teams a bit. And
well, hopefully it's not like the OHL when I got picked dead last, right? But I guess the captains will probably take into consideration my body type issues and my lack of exercising over the years if I'm coming. Right, Josh?
well, yeah, the form is temporary, but class lasts forever. So I'm sure they'll
right
keep that in mind.
Whoops. What did I just say? If I was coming, right?
Oh, spill the beans.
Oh, well, Josh, you want to ask me something?
Yeah, I was wondering if you would be interested in coming over for the testimonial, Wally.
Sure can.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to think about it.
Thank you to my wife for saying it was okay to come back again, right? Because last year was fun with Matthew.
Yeah, I think we're setting a tradition now. So
well, there can't be another guy play 10 years next year, that's for sure, right?
Yeah, but there's always a reason to come over though.
Well, it is true. Seeing you guys is the best. And thank you so much for the invite. And I enjoyed that we could come on and announce it on here. I think it's hilarious. And honestly, I can't wait to see everybody again. And I guess play hockey again, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Hey, come here, fellas. So this is 2 of my former players, Colby and Andrew, and these young fellas just made a spring AAA team together. If you want to say hi, Andrew. And so the tough part about the trip to Cardiff is these young fellas here are going to be in a spring AAA tournament, and I have to miss it because I'm coming to see you, Josh. So here's Andrew. He was my D man, my horse on D last year that ran amok when we were dominant.
How's it going, Andrew?
What's up? Good.
How you doing?
Good.
What are you boys up to today?
We're just playing NHL.
Chill, nice. What's Brent like as a coach?
Pretty good. Yeah.
You can't say too much because he's in your ear watching, isn't
he? Yeah.
I'll speak to you in private. We can get the lowdown on what his coaching tactics are really like, I suppose.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
So that's Andrew. He's a horse on D. Works harder than anybody. Competes harder than anybody. Mucks it up harder than anybody. And here's the Colbster. You probably haven't seen him for a while. He used to come on the ice with you.
Yeah. How's it going, Colby?
Good.
How you doing?
Good.
It's been a while since I've met you, isn't it? It's probably how many years ago were you in Cardiff now? Do you know?
Maybe I think 8 years ago I was in Cardiff.
Yeah, it's a long time. Wow. Yeah, you've grown up loads since I last saw you.
Yeah.
How's hockey going now?
Good.
As you're a forward now still?
Yeah.
Nice. You got some of your dad's goal scoring flair.
Yeah.
That's good to know. What else are you guys doing for the rest of your break?
I don't nothing really. We have hockey almost every day for the next week.
Really? Do you have outdoor rinks where you are now or not? It's not cold?
No, we don't. There's no snow. There's no snow on the ground here.
Really?
There's snow, but there's snow, just not barely any.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess that's good and bad in certain ways, but yeah, we have rain here constantly, so there's no outdoor rinks here either, unfortunately.
Yeah. My friend has an outdoor rink. It's like a whole pond, but it's not frozen this year.
No, so I get it. It's not the coldest winter over there for you, is it, at the moment?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. But as long as you're on the ice a lot, that's good. I'm sure you'll be back
Yeah.
here one day playing for the Cardiff.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Wearing the number 18 again, just like Dad.
Yeah, I want to go to Cardiff a lot. Yeah, I want to go to Cardiff a lot.
That's good. Hopefully, we'll see you here soon then.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right. Well, there's the fellas. Those are my guys. Episode 145, folks. And yeah. So hey, buddy, you're not playing on that TV. Get out of here. You got to be quiet, man. Anyways, I don't know what you guys talked about because I can never hear, but they're not distracting at all. I actually just did a skills day in Ripley, Ontario, or 2 days of it. And those were two of the guys that showed up, and it was pretty cool to get back on the ice with the guys I coached last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 50 kids showed up or something, and it was 6 hours on the ice in like 2 days back to back, man. I was cooked.
Oh.
I was cooked.
You're paying the price for that.
I have been hurting ever since. And I guess I have to play hockey again now, eh?
Well, at least you're getting in shape for that.
You should have seen me buzzing around, Josh. I bet you've never even seen me skate that fast. I was flying. Because when they're paying money to get taught skills, right? I figured I had to show off a little bit, you know?
Yeah, you have to show them that you know what you're talking about, I suppose.
Right. Because they saw me walk into the arena and they're like, well, that can't be the guy.
That's the coach.
So anyways, I'm so super excited to come over and see you, Josh. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, of course you're top of the list. I think it's when you come over, every time you come over, it's easy to see how much the fans like having you, and it's you always bring the energy, and that's what we want. We want it to be a fun time, and
it will be fun, won't it?
Yeah, we want it to be entertaining, and I think your entertainment level is definitely up there.
I don't know about that. I just try to have fun, right?
Yeah. Well, you always meant to do that, so.
So what I'm thinking is maybe like same routine as with Matthew. Fly the Wednesday night, arrive Thursday morning, run amok, play the hockey match Saturday, and then you know what Matthew tried to do to me last year? Because he booked the flight. He tried to have me fly out Sunday at like noon out of Gatwick. And I was like, dude, we're playing hockey the Saturday night. Like, I gotta have fun. You think I'm coming all the way over there not to run amok?
Yeah. Yeah, Sunday evening flight at the earliest, I would think.
Yeah, well, we're always Morris. I think it's gonna have to be Monday, man. I think we got to get this stuff booked, eh? Let's get on this.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think we do need to get around to flights. Because there's another event in between, I'm sort of pushing it off. But I think flights should need to be a priority, really.
Well, it's all good. I don't know anything about that. I just can't wait to come. But man, May is going to be a busy month. But it sucks. I'm going to miss those boys tournament because I love watching those fellows play. And it's kind of weird when you coach the kids in like the skills day and then you get to go out and watch them play hockey. You just get way more invested in them, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Anywho,
Especially
so very exciting news, and thank you for letting us announce it on here because I think it's going to be hilarious when people just listen and all of a sudden hear this, but they might have had an idea of what we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
But Matthew, when I was coming over, he's like, I want to, he had everything planned. He's very organized, and he's like, I want to announce it this way on this day. And I feel as though he didn't give me enough time to promote it and run amok. I want to know maybe a couple other players you're having on, and then I can get them to the shed and we can talk about all the fun we're going to have and where we're going to go and what we're going to do, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So where should we
Do we need a drum roll? Should we do a drum roll?
Do you have an effects board?
Here we go. Ready?
Technical difficulties. I'm not sure that came through on my end.
Have you decided on anybody or who you're going to ask?
Yeah. So we've got some players from the kind of my first stint in Cardiff.
You've been in Cardiff forever, dude. What do you mean your first stint? You've been there forever. You haven't left.
I mean, with like under the first
from the start.
In my head, there's kind of like this period with the old owners and then the new ownership. So in my head, they're kind of separated. But
I could understand that. It'd be a totally different thing with different people in control.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Obviously, we spoke about that before. It was a big change, but yeah. So from the kind of like the first stint. Anyway, we've got
like you're saying with Meyer's testimonial, there's the new school Devils and the retro Devils, right? This is from the retro Devils.
Yeah. So yeah, from the retro Devils, we've got. I just want to check the list. See, I haven't got it in
you don't know who you
order.
want to announce today, do you?
Well, I haven't told them I'm announcing them, but I'm only speaking about people that confirm. So we've got Chris Blight, as you,
I know him, Shed guy.
yeah, Shed guy, and he's married to a Welsh woman, so
they're making a family trip out of it. I was already trying to get airport beers with him, but he's going to make it an extended stay. I don't have that much time.
yeah. So it made sense to have him back. He was a good teammate of mine back when he was here, and obviously with the local ties, it makes sense.
And I played against him way back in Junior B, folks. Fun fact for the fans, how it's a small world, you know?
Yeah.
And I've even hit the town of Cardiff with him.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much you know Blighter, but I'm sure some of the fans will know that him, Marshy, and Mac Faulkner were kind of like three best friends when they all kind of signed here.
They're like a wolf pack, you could call them.
Yeah, I think Marshy might have came after him, but Tyson's also confirmed he's going to be here back in Cardiff, which will be
Tyson Marsh, folks. Holy moly, that's a big day.
Yeah,
my Devil captain, yeah.
Captain, trophy winner.
Also an NBA guy at Cardiff Met the first year with yours truly. Well, you were there at school too, eh?
Yeah, I didn't get a plaque on the wall though, because I was just doing an undergrad. I think you're still up there though.
That's what I hear. I got sent a picture. Pretty neat. Must have had good grades.
Maybe that's why I didn't make it. And then the other person in the trio I just alluded to, Mac Faulkner. He's I think he's on a family trip at that time somewhere else in Europe, but he's going to try and pull some strings to see if he can get here in time for the game. So
he's on a European trip with his family. He's going to try and dodge his way over to Cardiff to play a hockey match.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's taking a private jet, maybe picking up the other guy who I'll spill the beans on was Luke Piggott. Maybe I'll be picking him up on the way.
Piglet's coming too.
Yeah, maybe I think Mac might be picking up Pigsy in the private jet on the way over.
So I've never met Mac for the small hockey world. I've never met him, but I knew Marshy and him were like best buddies, and I'm pretty sure Shed guys know Shed guys.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a big character. Like he's good on the mic as well. So it's a shame he won't be there for the dinner the night before, because he would have been good to have. But it'll be great to see him. I think the last time he was over was a few years ago, maybe for Richie's testimonial, or
yeah, I missed Richie's because that was back when I first started the real world, and I got 10 business days off a year. It wasn't enough to make a trip to Wales with the kids and everything. Yeah.
So yes, that's not a lot of days off, is it?
No, it's a little different to being a hockey player. That's for sure. Yeah, a little different.
Yeah,
but I've worked my way up now that I do have just enough time to make it over there for you, right?
Yeah, well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I can't wait, man.
So that's the first kind of, obviously Marshy kind of straddled the old era and the new era.
Same with Piglet.
Pigsy kind of transitioned during that time to his player coaching role. But then in terms of players, ex-teammates of yours, we also have, someone I missed from the old era is Phil Hill. Obviously he's a local Welsh lad.
I know him. Great guy. He's a Shed guy. I've just never reached out to him. I've been a bit busy, but I've been out on the town with him, and I believe that was with Blighter at the end of one of those seasons we would have played over there.
Yeah, for sure. Phil Hill is a good one to have. He's like I say, he played for GB and the Devils for years. So
how many guys you got coming to this so far? Just totally. You don't have to tell me who they all are, but how many are we talking? How much ice time do I have to log?
Let's see. On the confirm list, we have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 23. 23 confirmed so far.
And a couple hooks in the water, you could say.
Yeah, we have a few TBDs so far, but
Well, when people get older and they got families and juggling everything, it is hard to make time for stuff. And yeah, I'm really happy it's going to work out.
yeah, and obviously with the game being when it is in May, there'll be a lot of the current team will be back in Canada or the US. So it's a shame they won't be able to be there, but we're lucky in Cardiff. There's a lot of people who have either from here or have stuck around.
Yeah, for sure. There's I guess I guess I don't know who you want to announce, but there are a few guys that like say head over there to play for the Devils and then shack up with the gal, right, and start making babies.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Does his name rhyme with Trevor Membrix?
It's something like that. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have to fly him in.
No, yeah. So for those that didn't catch my bad joke, it's Trevor Hendricks has also agreed to play in the game.
It's confirmed. Yeah. You know what? Geez, he looked pretty sharp out there on the ice last year. I don't like to say nice things to him, especially to his face, but I thought he was going to be a lot worse on the ice in the testimonial, but I guess he's been skating with all the young punks around Cardiff, right?
Yeah, he's been working on his skills, I guess, through coaching. So
they might have been better than when he played.
The only thing I was worried about, I think someone didn't he lose his gloves that he was wearing? He had like his
someone returned them somehow. So yeah, in our big celebration of becoming champions again, someone did take his gloves when he took them off, and somehow they got returned though. Yeah,
well, that's good.
Yeah, because I know there's some sentimental value to them. So, folks, if you come to the testimonial to watch my fat ass play hockey again, don't be stealing anybody's gloves. Right?
No, that's the guy you want to be stealing them from either.
No. What are you thinking, folks? Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I'll just get away from the testimonial for a second. You just got a new player, eh?
2 new players actually, but yeah, I saw he's been on the pod already. I didn't have another chance to listen to the episode, but it popped up on my feed in the car earlier.
Yeah, so we talked about how he likes Crunchies, the chocolate bar. And I said, you know, if Devils fans want to welcome him to the team, I'm not going to post about it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to send this and see what happens. People did throw Crunchies on the ice for him.
Yeah, I think I got hit with one actually.
That's awesome, right?
Yeah.
That's fun. I mean, I know I already started with Manchester, so I probably shouldn't get so carried away, right? I'm just asking you, like, what's your favorite chocolate bar? Like, it is your 10th year on the Devils. I was just curious.
So the white Kinder Bueno, that's a good one. I had one of those the other day.
White Kinder Buenos, that's like white chocolate with the haze, with the Nutella.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, last season we had Buenos for the boys, for those fellas that you were just seeing there, right? And that was really cool when that happened. So you like the white Buenos, eh?
Yeah, I like both, but the whites, I like white chocolate, so that's like
really, eh? I never got into that shit. White chocolate. You're a white chocolate guy, eh?
You're more into the dark chocolate because you're healthy, aren't you?
Actually, people would think this is strange, but I'm not even that much of a chocolate guy. I just think fun is fun, and I think it's funny when people throw chocolate bars on the ice, and I think it's cool, and I think it's neat. And so I don't know that Forns likes Crunchies, right? You like Buenos, and Buenos for the boys, right? And the boys were just on again. So I don't know. The one thing that's cool is like in Manchester, we're doing Yaps for Jesper.
Yaps.
Yaps is a Swedish chocolate bar that is not in the UK, and we are seeing if the Storm fans will import it in and then throw it on the ice. But that's only if they want to retain his services for next year. If they don't want him to play for Manchester next year with his brother, then they just don't get the Yaps, right?
Yeah, no, I guess I think there'll be a few teams after him. So it's
yeah, good hockey stance. You know what I started my skills day with was the hockey stance. got all these kids out and I told them like how important the hockey stance was and like how you can't get knocked over in your hockey stance. And I had them all get in their hockey stance and I like kind of helped their hockey stance out. And then I'd see if I could push them over. It was fun. Yeah. But Jesper's got a heck of a hockey stance.
As you know, I have to check next time we play him and get some tips.
Yeah. Take a look at his hockey stance next time he lines up for a draw. Some sexy shit.
I don't think I'm on the ice against him usually.
Oh, who are you playing with these days? Who you playing D still, right?
Yeah, still playing D this year with Mark Lewis for the most part. We've down
just two big boys out there, eh?
Yeah,
I don't think Jesper would like being out there against you two.
I don't actually know if I've been out against him a lot this year, to be honest. But yeah, we're down to 5D at the minute because Jards is out, so we're kind of on a 5-man rotation. So I've been, but the last few weeks I've been like with my parents, been Richie and Lou, the 2 Marks. So
that's been good. Yeah, those are solid D partners. So let's see here. What else do I got? So I guess the Twix ended right, and then that Foreign's came, and then they threw a couple crunchies on the ice, and I just thought that was really cool that could start without posting anything about it. It's just actually people listening and going out of their way to go buy crunchies for the new player in Cardiff, and that's just so cool that the Devils fans care that much about their players and their happiness, and that they're willing to do that. And you've got to play there for 10 years, eh?
Yeah, it must be cool to see how your podcast can have a real world influence, especially a few thousand miles away.
I think it's really fun that I could get it done in Manchester and Sheffield when I never played there, right? That is fun. And then have you seen like with Matt Kruth in Denmark, man, the Twix got real carried away one night.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
But no, it'd make your heart want to explode seeing all this stuff happen around the world, you know?
Yeah, you're doing live, you're breaking news as well. So you're returning to quite the media mogul.
Well, that's just having your support to announce these players coming over, right? On this, you could have done it any way you wanted. It's your testimonial.
Well,
it's your special day. I'm just coming to support you, Josh.
That's true, but your support is appreciated. But we could also announce another event
I would love to, because I'm pretty sure you said it's something to do with my leading scorer in the shed.
Leading scorer, was that for
most listened to episodes, the top 2?
Do you want to spill the beans then?
No, because I don't even know I just know he's involved.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got the second event planned. We had the first one in the start of December, which was the quiz night, which went well. We had that at the rink, but the sold pretty much all the tickets, which was good. But the next event we've got planned is it's an idea that I actually stole from Jared Adams' Testimonial, which I think was almost 10 years ago now. I think it was in 2013. But yeah, we're doing a night with David Sims.
A night with David Sims, eh?
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
So the way,
like, what I'm picturing is like he gets up on stage and like all these ladies are waving money and bidding on a night with David Sims. Is that not what we're doing?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think that's what he has in mind. But the way it was done last time, I can't remember if he had a panel, like him and a few other people, but the idea generally is that he has a microphone and he's on stage and he kind of shares some of his stories from the past 10 years, because it's been 10 years since he was last did this event in Cardiff. So yeah,
Simsy comes and does an event for a Devils player.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, likes to support all the
EHL
players and that kind of thing, and he's I can't fault him. I reached out to him through Todd, and he said, "Yeah, whatever you need, I'm happy to come down. Just let me know." And yeah, he's, like I say, it's really kind of him to offer to help out.
Well, that's cool. And so it would it be a night with Simsy? So we don't know exactly what that entails, but it'd be almost like listening to a pod then, like with 4 people live or type thing. Is that what I'm thinking? Stories?
Yeah, so I mean, I did ask if he wants some people to come on with him. He's I think he seems happy just to have the microphone by himself, to be honest. But I think we'll get a couple of people up there with him to kind of bounce some ideas off each other and that kind of thing. But
Well, I think
yeah,
it is cool that everybody kind of in the UK Hockey League, or for the most part, have each other's backs, right? Like everybody's willing to go to their way for each other. And that's kind of how I've almost at 250 episodes, is because people make the time for me and they go to their way to do this, you know?
yeah, exactly. It's a small, especially in this country, it's quite a small community. So obviously Sims, he knows how to ruffle a few feathers online, but I think people appreciate he's been in the game for a long time. He's seen a lot of stuff, and he knows what he's talking about. So I think he's got a lot of stuff to share, and even personally, I'm looking forward to it because I know he'll be able to shed some light on things that people perhaps didn't know about.
And when is that one?
So that's on the 27th of February.
You sounded
I believe.
very confident with that answer.
No, I am.
So it'll be something
I'm
you sell
saying
tickets to,
27th.
and then when they're there, people can have some pints and whatnot, probably, right?
Yes, I'm saying the 27th. I'm not sure if I'm getting the 27th confused with the 27th of May, but I've just checked. It's definitely the 27th of February. It's a Monday night.
So, well, Robert
gonna
Dowd was having a testimonial too, right? And he was going to have a ladies' night, like back in the day, like we did at Cardiff, right? And he was gonna, he mentioned something about wearing a thong, like 75 thong. So you're not doing anything like that?
No, that's not on the hasn't been on the pre-approved testimonial event list, to be honest.
Yeah.
We haven't done that for a while in Cardiff, but
No, I think ladies' night was canceled, right?
yeah, I think it was
It had run its course.
Yeah, yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Yeah. But yeah, so we've got that on. That's the next one on the 27th of February. It's at St. Peter's Hall in Cardiff, which is
It's what?
is around like the location for it is St. Peter's Hall.
Oh, okay.
That's ran by Chris Haglund, the former
Oh,
employee.
eggs. I remember him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
that's cool. You got him involved.
Yeah, that's it. We've got to keep it in the extended Devils family, and he's done a good deal for us. So it's a great venue down there, easy to get to, and all that kind of stuff. So it made sense to have it there, and it's just going to be a drinks reception, and then just drinks throughout the night, no food or anything, just to kind of keep it simple. But and
Well, sounds fun, and it's pretty cool that they do this for players, that you get to organize all this fun stuff and have fun. Fun is fun.
yeah, exactly, and get to develop some new skills, event planning. I've created an account on Eventbrite and all that kind of stuff, making merchandise. Just yeah, it's all new. But
You
it's
got
good
like
fun.
your own little business. Good experience for the real world, eh?
yeah, yeah. If I get into merchandise and event hosting, but I'm not sure. But yeah,
It's like
good
like
fun.
me. I have merchandise now, and I never even bring it up. I would never even remember. aleshockeytales.com, folks. We do have an online store, and there's stuff to buy. And then my website maker, merch volunteer, that's the best, Sean Collins. He just made a Shed Guy or Shed Gal hoodie with the two Ales and Hockey Tales logo in the middle. So that's pretty cool. That's at aleshockeytales.com. And the other thing is, when you talk about being D partners with Big Lou, I got to bring up that we did just have 2 jerseys up for raffle, and to raise money for UK prostate cancer research and my under-9 Kincardine Canuck Gals team. And we sold over 300 tickets and raised almost 600 pounds or so. And I just want to say thank you, Shed family. That's crazy. And I really, really appreciate it. Right. And cheers to Garrick Swarleaf, who was the one that donated the jerseys. He actually bought the 2 Ales and Hockey Tales jersey from me and then gave it back to me to raffle off. So thank you, sir. Right?
Yeah, it's great. I think the fans are always good here, and
they sure are.
And things. So yeah, you can't really say nothing.
So last time you went to Chippy Lane, what'd you order?
It was It was a bit blurry, to be honest, but
Fair enough. You know,
I
I
know
just
it was.
had fans
It was
on Twitter. Apparently, it's a couple that met from Sheffield and Cardiff, and
oh yeah,
they I don't know, it's like a real hit because that's two of my honey holes on here that they listen to it
yeah.
together and whatever. And she said I should start a thing where all the fans send me their chippy lane buys and they sent me their like chips and gravy. I've had a bunch of people send me their chippy lane orders now. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, what's the most popular one?
You know, it's not stuff I'd get. I've hardly seen a kebab, but I've said on here before, they're not high-end kebabs on that road, but I'm willing to do it at that time of day, you know? It's
Yeah, I
been
think
mainly stuff with gravy or a wurst on it, you know?
yeah, chips and gravy is a good one. Like the one we used to in school, I'm taught that we used to get
Their chips aren't
chip.
cooked enough. They're soft. That's everybody's skating on them down the road. They're so soft, you know? There's no crisp to them. I need a little crunch in my fry
Yeah,
or my chip.
different strokes for different folks, I suppose. But what we used to have in school, we'd get the chips, beans, baked beans, and like the red, like tomato sauce with cheese on top. The cheese melts. Oh, that's pretty good. But
Jeepers.
last time was there, I had a kebab there, so just try and change it up sometimes.
Chicken or lamb?
Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Sauce do you go with? Garlic?
Yeah, garlic sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Bash loves it when I come home with a nice blend of garlic and
They should get more
alcohol.
tzatziki up on that road, you know?
Tzatziki.
Yeah. On your lamb kebab. Yes. That's what you
That
should.
sounds exotic.
So next question. Back to my normal notes. Where and what are you doing now? You just got back from a romantic day trip to Barry Island?
Yeah, so it's we're recording this on Monday the 2nd, so it's a bank holiday here because
It's a
New Year's
holiday
Day
here
fell
too,
on Monday.
folks.
Yeah, Commonwealth. Yeah, so we kind of had a
You
little
walked the
lay in.
beaches of Barry holding hands.
Well, we were chasing the dogs around mostly.
You didn't get on any of those roller coasters because those things are unsafe.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust those, but we were on. We went.
I
So
put
we went at, like,
I put Colby on it when he was 3. I thought he was concussed or had a broken neck when we got off. It was
yeah, I
nuts.
didn't. Yeah, stay off those. I think I'm over the weight limit anyway for most of them. But yeah, we were like, you got the main beach of Barryland, and if we were like the other side, I think it's Jackson's Bay. I'm not sure of the name now, but it's kind of like when the tide goes out, it's just like a huge sandy area. So we like throw the balls to the dogs, and they have a blast on there. So it's good to see.
You got dogs, You got more than one dog?
Yeah, so we got Astro, who I think you've probably seen before. Then we got Luna, last year now in February, I think.
Oh,
She was
jeepers.
born in January. Yeah, so we got her like
What kind
February,
of
March.
dog's that one?
Same breed as Astro, both Staffordshire Bull Terriers.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're kind of
Yeah.
meant to be like a tough dog, like just like people in their mind think they're like pit bulls, but they're not. They're like really, really soft and
That looks like a pit bull, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they look similar, but they're both quite small.
So you did just play Guildford then. So you won at home and then lost on the road, right?
Yeah, we like you say, we split the weekend with them. Yeah, I think they lost 2 against Manchester, then we beat them on the Saturday as well. So it was they had a point to prove, and I don't think we got off to the best of starts, and after being down a couple of goals, they're a hard team to come back against.
Is it true that the Fournier guy, his first game that I just chatted with, is it true he was up at the red line at warmups barking at the other team?
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
I miss that stuff in hockey. I miss the entertaining side of it, you know?
Yeah, he was up there. He was making himself known to Guildford, and yeah, it was
Probably be a bit startling because that stuff doesn't happen that much anymore, right?
No, it doesn't. And it was funny though. I was stretching on the red line, I was crying laughing because he was taking laps. we have the red line, and like you have our player one side of the red line, their player the other side of the red line stretching. He did a lap around their player into their side of the neutral zone back into the house. He was like, he was like screaming stuff the whole time. It was hilarious.
That stuff is funny, and I used to think that was the
Yeah.
entertaining stuff especially when I was a kid, watching stuff like that go on and like hockey games. That was this funny stuff, that's hockey.
Yeah, we have quite a quiet team. I think I might have said last time we were on. So he's definitely brought a bit more
Vocal energy.
yeah, that's it exactly. So he's good to have around. He's a welcome addition, and yeah, he scored Sunday as well, actually.
How'd he score?
Sorry, Saturday. Obviously, we didn't score Sunday. It was a tip shot on the power play. It was playing
How'd I know? Yeah, playing that front on the power play. We talked about it the night before. It's no big deal. I don't know anything about hockey, folks.
Coaching him?
I just have an idea how people play based on pictures that get sent to me. Hey, we could have talked about your poster pics. You never sent any yet. Don't be big timing me, Josh. Care about it.
Yeah,
Care about your poster,
Yeah, I was meant to do it on the bus home, but I think I wasn't in a great mood. So
I know. It's hard to be happy after losing a game, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true.
So who's this this Crawford fella on your team? He's leading your team in scoring and he's a D-man.
Yeah, he is. He's yeah, I think that says it all really. I think he's leading the league in plus minus as well.
It's like plus 33. So like,
yeah, he logs a ton of minutes and he skates like for a defenseman, especially. He's kind of like Gleason Fournier in a way, like just like
the Swan.
and, yeah, he's honestly, it doesn't like he breaks the sweat out there. He's like,
I hated those guys. So he's probably the same in practice. Like if you guys get bagged, he probably comes off not even sweating and you just want to kick him right in the jock.
Yeah, like never looks out of breath, never gets tired. I think he could stay on the whole game if he wanted to.
I hate those guys.
He looks a lot of minutes and plays with an edge too. He's quite fiery out there. So he's
sometimes when you play with guys like that, right? From what you're saying, what other people have told me about him, it's like it's kind of weird, like how some guys don't make it other places, right? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, he's like numbers and stuff. He's like, I think he led his team in I think it was Kansas City last year as a defenseman as well, which is
well, it's like Gleason Fournier too when he came over, or like when he started skating through the neutral zone and looking like a swan, where he's so calm up top and his just legs were moving under the water, and he just skate through everybody. I was like, why is this guy here?
Yeah, I know you do wonder, but yeah, I think Marcus has obviously settled in really quickly. Some players might take him a while to kind of fit into the league and that kind of thing, but he's fit straight in. And
so then the other guy I'm going to bring up then is Sanford has 22 goals.
Yeah, goal Sanford, cool man.
Goal Sanford. That's a good nickname. He's just a little bugger, right?
Yeah, he's on the smaller side. But you got like him and Coxie are both played. They've played together for years, and they're both on the smaller side, but they're both fiery. And yeah, Cole and Trevor, they work well together. And yeah, it's been working this year, and Cole's been putting the puck away for fun.
Okay, well, I don't have any poster pics to ask you about. Okay, so
I'll send you some wedding pics if you want.
I saw you guys got a nice video done there. It looked beautiful.
Yeah, we got that. Obviously, we only just got it the other week, so it was a few months in the making. But I think I was a bit skeptical at first when Tash said, like, I want to get a videographer. It costs this much. I'm like, what? How much? Like we got pictures.
I remember those conversations. Yep, I remember those.
Yeah, but the pictures are one thing, but having the video is, I think, it's really good because we got videos of the speeches where Steve George was the MC, so he introduced everyone, and so we got like the full video of that, and then everyone's individual speeches, and then it's like a 40-minute video they did of like the full recap. So it's
it's awesome. We still have ours too. It's a long story, but we ended up getting it like 2 years later. Long story. Yeah. Guy went bankrupt. It was a long story, but then one of the guys that worked for him that night, somehow we found him, like, and then he went to the guy's place and got it, the raw footage, and then did it himself. So we ended up paying twice for it, but we did get it. Yeah.
Behind enemy lines to get the material.
Okay, so here's one for you, Batchy, because I've talked about this on here before. I got to bring it up. The little fella, right? I put my name into Coach AAA for this team next season, which would be a ton of travel and a huge commitment. They didn't end up giving it to me. The guy calls me and asks for me to help him. And you know, I didn't know. So anyways, Colby just decided, or he has decided that after I saw it happen and after the skills day, we were in the room with like all the guys that coached last year and all the little fellas and all the guys from around town a year older and above. And like, it's quite the hockey community around here, but being in that room with all those kids, I saw him change his mind that he is not ready to leave his buddies. He's not ready to leave home. And we got out to the truck and he said, I don't think I want to do the Highlanders. And I said, buddy, that is totally fine, man. You leave home when you're ready. You're not like, not that he'd be leaving home, but like, don't leave your friends in your hometown until you're ready, because you don't want to regret leaving too soon. Right. And so he did decide that. So I am going to have to chat with that coach and tell him that we are not coming next year. And I fully support Colby's decision. I think it's going to be great to have one more year with his buddies around town, you know?
Yeah, he's still so young, isn't he? There's no rush to do
No
anything
rush.
yet.
No. As long as you're having fun and enjoy the game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And if you don't want to push them, I'm obviously not a parent, but
no,
I think you have to kind of let them find their own path. And
well, I think it kind of all worked out now, and I think he'll be happier next year. And he got to make his mind up, and it's good stuff. But it's like our team last year really reminded me of our year in 2014-15 with the Devils, and I always talk about it and like how close the teams were. But like this under 11 team, my first team I ever coached last season, New Year's Eve was like 6 of the families from our hockey family last year all got together on New Year's Eve. And to think those are the people they want to spend New Year's Eve with was their hockey team from last season and their hockey family. And it was interesting because it was like a family. We got there for New Year's Eve, and the kids are like brothers. All the siblings are like family. And it's hockey's a powerful thing, you know, because we didn't even know each other last year. Now and until I was the coach of that team, and to think of everybody getting together a year later, I just thought it was really neat, you know?
Yeah, it's funny when you think like I'm sure he's got friends he's known longer, but there's something about being on a team with someone who's kind of, the bond you build is a bit stronger, isn't it? Like I know growing up for me, I was always closer with my hockey friends, even though
well, and I find it interesting that you get to play for trophies is what I find real, like, that's when you really come together, is when you're trying to win stuff together. And I find it very strange in Canada that like until they're like 10 years old, they're not even allowed to try and win a trophy. I think it's embarrassing.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody gets participation medals. There's no elimination games because everybody's too big of a baby.
I thought that was kind of like a meme about participation medals. I know it was actually like
it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yeah. Yeah. We've gotten a bit soft, you know, but anywho, and that's what I can't wait to come over to your testimonial and see it, because that team was so close that year, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's something Todd always says as well. He's like, he says the teammates you stay in touch with are the ones you win with. And I think it's kind of,
it is true.
That's true with that group, I think. So it'd be good to get some of those guys back.
Yeah, I can't wait. So the guys we've mentioned was Marshy, Pigsy, Hendo. Then you said Faulkner and Blighter, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty exciting stuff, folks.
Yeah, and then there's all the local guys as well. Probably be here. I think they can kind of the fans probably kind of know who they are.
So what about Shed superstar David Owen? East.
Yeah, he's excited to come back as well.
Do we have to watch him play hockey again?
I don't know, maybe he can just be the official equipment manager.
I think we get the wheels on him.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think he's excited to play. He said he's got to try and get on the ice in
Well, I almost
preparation.
high stuck him at Mizey's, and now that he's got his fancy new teeth, he better not come
Oh,
near
yeah.
me.
He's got the pearly whites now, hasn't he?
How are you going to pick the captains of the teams?
Yeah, it's a good question.
That is a good question.
I've come up with an idea just off the top of my head then, but
You're allowed to
I
think
think it
out
could.
loud in the shed and change your mind later. This is all hypothetical anyways, right?
Well, I know there's a few former Devils, former captains, sorry.
Yeah.
No, we haven't mentioned is Jake Morissette. He's also a confirmed.
Oh, Mo Diggity Dog. He's still living in town too.
Yeah, exactly. So he's one of the local
He
guys.
found a home and a wife in Cardiff too, right?
Yeah, and a career. So
What's he
we've got
doing now? I should
I
get him to the
forget. I
shed.
think yeah, I think I know when I lived with him, he's doing some accounting degree. I think he might be an actuary.
I don't even know what
It's
that
like on like
is. What the hell's an
risk.
actuary?
I
Oh,
think they
risk was
assess
what he was
risk.
into. I didn't know what an actuary means. You know what I always think of Bo though is he was always the guy that made me feel bad about myself when I'd show up to the rink because I'd be showing up and he'd already be at his workout stuff, like running the stairs at the big blue tent and like running around and jumping and I'd be like, Jeepers, I just want to get into my gitch and have a coffee.
Yeah, he was a good professional for sure, and
He was a pro's pro.
yeah, we see him at games every now and then. I think his wife does some bits for the team off ice. So
I
yeah,
imagine it
so
was
we got
hard for him too, man. Like, cause he's always had the Devils around, and then when hockey comes to an end, and then you're just a dude living in Cardiff, and you don't have that team that's always together, right?
yeah, yeah. I know it's something I kind of think about every now and then. It's got to be a tough transition to make, just to join the real world and have co-workers instead of your teammates. You know, quite a big transition, but yeah, it's something we'll have to go through at some point.
Well, it's like you said, the friendships you have with people you win with, and otherwise, it's like outside of that, it's like your hockey friends and the relationships you have with guys you played with, whether you won or lost, is a different relationship than the people you go to normal work with or anything else, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I'm lucky at the place I work at is that it's quite a young office and they're all kind of similar age to me, so we get on well. But I think niche is probably I think I'm pretty lucky with the kind of
Well,
the
from
group
what
that.
I've seen of the small sample size of videos I've seen of you playing hockey in the last year or two, I think you got another decade in you. You seem to be still getting better. And it's interesting, like with the kids at my son's age, as well as when you get through the OHL and you go through college and you get to pro, it's like everybody has their own like ascent or they improve at different rates. There's kids at Colby's age that have stopped getting better already. And it's tough to see. But
Really?
like, yeah. And like, then there's kids that are on a way different like incline in their skill level and everything. And then there's you that you are just steadily getting better and you're in your 30s now.
Yeah, 32 in 13 days actually.
Jeepers, eh? Well, that's when my body gave up on me. You don't look like it's going to happen to your body.
Well, you never know, really, do you? I mean, with hockey, anything can happen. So yeah, I'd like to play as long as I can, obviously, and but yeah, you never know. So just kind of have to take it a year at a time and
Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, exactly.
I find it pretty cool though that like you've been on the same team your entire professional career.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been lucky.
Other than when the research team got hot and got all tripped out when I Googled you to get a pick and a picture popped up with one of my other favorite teams, the Manchester Storm jersey on.
Yeah, it was fun in the League Series.
That was Bizarro World when I saw you in that jersey.
Yeah, it was that was funny. They did a draft for the British players for that.
Yeah.
My claim to fame is I was drafted one before Ben Davis, and I never let him live that down.
And you shouldn't, yeah.
By the
Sounds like
same team.
sounds like mini hockey's getting started downstairs. My goodness, it's getting loud down there. Here's a
Oh, we can't
random
get-
here's a random question for you. What's your favorite pregame, or what do you eat for pregame meal, and what pregame routines do you have?
I'm not the fussiest of eaters really for pre-game meal. For away games, we get our meals provided for us. So
Okay.
it's usually some sort of pasta, whether it's like a carbonara with chicken or a bolognese or something.
Yeah.
Um, so pretty simple. If it's a home game though, like whatever's available, I'm not really too fussy. Just as long as I get a lot of carbs in, I don't mind too much.
I enjoy
Um,
carbs too.
Yeah, I'm allowed to during the season. In terms of routines though,
You nap.
yeah, big nap out on game days. Obviously I work part-time as well, so I can't my midweek naps are limited now, so I have to
Oh,
I make
jeepers.
up for on weekends. But yeah, that's it really. When I get dressed though, everything I do is like right side first, whether it's like skate, glove,
Elbow pad.
yeah, all that kind of stuff. And like
I did too.
if I
I was
take my left glove off, I have to like sorry, if I take my right glove off, I have to like take my left one off as well, just so I put that one on first. It's a bit weird, but
that is weird. That's
yeah.
Mhm.
It's bordering on OCD, but it's not like I
No,
know
there's
OCD
way
can
worse
be
than
good.
that. That's not that bad. Way worse out there.
Yeah, I've heard some stories of guys that really it's almost like debilitating how bad it can get. So it's
Well, it
nothing
gets
that bad.
right into them that like they actually, yeah, like almost crippling because it keeps getting worse and worse, and then they keep getting more and more stuff to do, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Luckily, I'm not going down that path. I hope.
So I remember, I think this was from your solo episode. You said the way you got into hockey was the Mighty Ducks. You should be on Team GB every year. So, do you not think it should be a Disney movie, Team GB, and what you guys have done?
Yeah, I think. Well, you say you guys. I wasn't there for all the times they won gold.
Not
and
all the times, but like I think you will be for the next few bunch of years because you keep getting better. But like what those guys did, like it's a Disney movie. It could be, they already wrote the script. All they just have to
Yeah.
find the actors, right? Matthew McConaughey
Yeah.
for Matthew Myers, right?
yeah, yeah. Vin Diesel for Ben Davis.
Somebody with weird toes for Jono.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. Like,
They already wrote the script. That's so easy. Just
a miracle. Yeah.
Yeah.
To get promoted to back years and then stay up was like, I don't think anyone would have put money on that. So I think if it gets traction in terms of a movie, I think it would be a great one.
I feel like there might be a hole in my wall or something after this downstairs. It is really loud down there. I don't know what they're doing.
One time was off the plasterboard.
When was the last time you fought?
Oh, I don't know actually.
Really?
I almost had a fight last year, but it was it kind of fizzled out into nothing.
Because you can chuck them.
I'm trying to think the last. I can't say off the top of my head. It was before COVID, so
These guys are loud. They're upstairs now. Shush. Are you guys going out to play road hockey? Okay. Yeah, road hockey is still a thing around here. It's like the 90s.
I thought it'd be too cold.
No, not today. But yeah, no, it's cool that like these kids I coached last year, they play hockey like all the time. They love hockey.
Yeah, they can't get enough.
Yeah, it's
I was asking Colby about the outdoor rinks, but he said he don't have any at the minute.
Well, there was like snowstorms and everything, and then it just got mild the last few days here. So everybody that's been working on theirs, it's melted, but there's a bunch of people building them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it gives me a reason to go visit people, or there's lots of ones that happen naturally. I don't feel like I need to build one this year. There's enough hockey going on around here,
Yeah, there's none over here. That would have been good growing up to have them just even for like the extra ice time because it's so limited here for the
So I
juniors,
said this to someone just the other day, is hockey for kids, I think, even at this age, everything gets way too structured. Everything is a practice or a game. Like I put on that skills thing because my kids didn't have hockey for like a week and a half, and I thought it would get them out of the house during the holidays, and it worked out good. But like what I was saying to some of the parents, I'm like, kids need to have ice time where they just do whatever they want. Like just enjoy playing. And if you don't have outdoor
Yeah.
rinks, then kids never actually get to go on the ice and do whatever they want because there's always someone telling them what to do.
Yeah, I think like from the thing that comes to mind is you think of like Brazilian footballers, they play, I think it's called like futsal or something. But it's just like they play with a small ball and they're kind of in a tight area, like just having fun, doing like crazy skills. And you kind of see that in
The way they play.
in
Yeah.
in the full football game, you know, like they have a bit more creativity and that kind of stuff. So I think it's definitely a valuable thing for kids to have.
Well, it's like, I don't know. For me, it's the kids that get better and that are on a different incline, or the kids that think hockey is fun, that go out there and do it on their own. I do know people that like they had like charts in like that tell their kid, like, you have to shoot this many pucks every day. You have to do this many push-ups every day. And it's like, you think when that kid gets to be 12 years old, he's even going to like doing any of this? It's like, I've never once told Colby he had to go out and shoot pucks. I'm like, if you want to go out and do it, it's up to you if you want to be good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that reminds me of a coach I had when I was younger. He did something similar with his son. He was like, he had to shoot pucks every night and all that kind of stuff. And I think he kind of stopped playing when he got a bit older. You know, didn't really.
Well, it's because it
Kind of
was
lost
never
the
his
passion.
idea, right? It wasn't his passion. It was, you got to think it's fun and want to do it. It's like, we don't really get enough ice time around here to really do what some kids get to do. But like, if you come home and practice all day, you play mini hockey, you play road hockey, you're going to be getting better.
Yeah, it all transfers in. They're all similar.
So you guys
Similar
are in a
stuff.
bit of a race here for the league title now, eh? It's all gotten a bit tighter now.
Yeah, it has. I mean, with obviously Guildford dropped those 2 games against Manchester, so it's I think we're 3 points back now. I think they have a game in hand though. So if you assume they win
It's
that,
already starting to get to that point of the year where it's just exhausting, eh?
yeah, you're like doing mental maths every day. Like, oh, if we beat them and they lose, and then we have them next weekend if we beat them, you
And
know.
it's too soon to be doing that. It's just like, but it's like every game is like you can't lose, right?
Yeah, that's something Brody's been saying for a while. Is like every game is a game 7, which is true in the league. You know, it's like it's
It's exhausting shit.
yeah, I don't know how many games we play. Is it 54? It's like a 54 game playoff series, but
Yeah.
it's the challenge is to be consistent. It's something we kind of struggled with in the early part of the year, but I think December was probably our best month. We went on quite a good run. So
And I
yeah,
see
hopefully we can carry
just
that
so
on.
one question is, so Bouncy and that Cozen, they just split games. Do they just go back and forth?
They have been. I think Cozen started the last 2 games, maybe 3, but yeah, I think it's good to have the option of 2 goalies who are both very very good in their own right to
Mhm.
kind of
When the
spread
research team got hot, I just noticed they played the same amount of games. That's
yeah
all.
yeah. I think for the most part they like I say, there's been stints where Bouncy started a few in a row and Cozen as well. So
Go with
I think
whoever
it's good.
the hot hand. That's how it used to work in hockey, right? Yeah. Okay. You guys also made it to the finals of the Continental Cup, eh? So you're going to France.
Yeah, we're in France for my birthday actually, which is good. Nice
So
little
that's like
birthday
soon
treat.
then. You said 12 days?
Yeah. So I think that must be that's next in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, that's I think we have a good chance to win that. Hopefully, one of the teams we played um
Yeah,
in
is
the last
hosting it,
round
right?
is hosting, yeah, in Angers. So
And then who are
it's
the
a
other
bit,
teams?
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Yeah. Doesn't
I'm more
matter. You
of
just show up and beat them, right?
I always say it's I'm more of like a week
Day-to-day
at a
type.
time.
I'm a
Yeah.
day-to-day type of a guy. I can't even get a weekend. People ask me about like, what's the schedule coming up? It's like, you think I know?
Yeah.
I made it, but I don't know it.
Yeah, I know we play Sheffield on Thursday and that's it really.
Um, Well, so that'll be a big game, eh? Those
Yeah, they're the other team at the top, so it's yeah, like you said, it's another big one after the two against Guildford.
And then I saw the Giants just signed their old goalies coming back.
Yeah, I saw that today as well. Actually, that's a big signing for them. He's obviously I think he.
So did they have an import goalie, and now this guy's just gonna come in and be like, "Sorry, fella, this is my net."
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure how that's going to work logistically, but
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
that's how it's gonna work. I don't know who the other guy is, but sorry, buddy.
yeah. I mean, I guess they're not going to bring him in to
Not
sit
play.
him. I suppose, but,
Yeah.
yeah, he was a good goalie for him for a couple of years. So that's
Y-
definitely a big boost for them.
did he play for the Edinburgh Capitals back when I played? Do you think that's a thing? Or am I making that up? Can you do that? Are you one of those old new school guys that can look stuff up and talk to me? I can't do that.
Well, yeah, I'm not too bad. The only thing is my keyboard's a bit loud, so you might hear me clicking away.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, yeah, you're right. Actually, you did. Well,
Really?
2017, 18, yeah.
No, that's too late then. I wasn't there then.
Right. Oh, when were you in Germany though?
Holy moly, your video's all messed up. That's crazy. Germany
Yeah,
was
Switch.
before I came to the UK. Like, holy moly, your video's a mess. You're making me
I'm
dizzy.
switching.
Oh, it stopped now. I was just about to pause her. You're good now. Anyways, he's a good goalie. So we don't need to talk too long. You come back like every couple months. But it's been quite a wild ride for 10 years, eh? You had different owners, but I find it, I guess I don't know how to put this. It says a lot. It's a testament that you get a testimonial. But that no matter who the coach was in Cardiff, you've been through a lot probably. Whoever the owners were, they always chose to have you back out of everybody else, right?
Yeah, I guess it's quite flattering when you look at it that way.
Well, that's
They've
how it went.
around that long. Obviously, I had to change my role a couple of times, but
Well, those are the people that hang around and are the best teammates. Like you went up to forward, you went back to D. You know, you did whatever they asked of you, right?
yeah, I think yes. It's just I think if you want to stay somewhere, you do what you can. So that's what they wanted from me at the time, and I wanted to stick around. So my choice was to do it or go somewhere else. So I was happy to do it, and yeah, it's kind of led me to stay here for
Okay,
these
so you
years.
can't say you're coach now, okay? Because that's not fair because you have to say him if I ask. But like, who do you think is the most influential or like, or whatever you want to say? Like, because you've had probably what, about a handful of coaches over the 10 years?
Yeah, probably. I've had Jared Adams was there for the first stint. Who else? So I think Brent Pope took over for a bit there, and obviously after that was the Andrew Lord era.
Yeah, it's a long
And
one. 5 years, wasn't it? Maybe 6.
maybe 6, and then obviously last year we had Jared
So you haven't had
Scully.
as many as I thought then.
No, yeah, probably only 5. Did I say 5? Maybe.
Jeepers. So you were saying 10 years on the Devils and oh, I've been out of the game for that long. So you really weren't there that long before me. Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, it was only, I think when the new owners took over, it was like my 4th year, maybe.
Okay.
So I only had 3 years under the new owners, under the old owners.
Well, I actually don't want to talk about the influential coaches. That doesn't even matter to me. Influential bars for the Cardiff Devils that brought the team together. So when I showed up, we were going to O'Neill's, right? And I believe you guys have mucked around at the brew house. And now I believe it's Heidi's. But then every once in a while, when you really got to get into one, it's Mill Street at the end of the night, right? So what are some influential places over the years for the Devils that really brought the team together?
I think you named them all. The only one I would add would be Live Lounge. That's been there. That's been there for a while. I think they used to sponsor us, so we'd go there on a Sunday night.
Are there some good deals out there for the team still?
I don't think there's too many actually. I think we're sponsored now by Revolution, so we've been there once or twice, and they've kind of got us sorted us out. But did have some food deals in the past, but there's nothing that crops to mind at the minute.
So what about like, is Magic Wrap still in the Bay?
I think the one in the Bay closed, but I think it's still in the city centre.
I remember we were getting like 50% off there when it first opened. We were just dominating that place.
Yeah, that was good. That was good as well. Yeah, no, I don't think we have any food deals anymore.
Really? That's sad to
we
hear.
kind of-
I used to get free
No.
burritos from Shed Guy Shane Kinsey at Mission Burrito. They had
Oh, yeah.
their meat was disgusting though. It was all greasy and all and like ugh. But it would be free if I'd go there.
Have to trade off, I guess. But yeah, we used
If
to
there's
have,
still a sponsor, sorry, I said your meat was brutal. Maybe it's gotten better, but I'm gonna call it how I see it in the food world. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't think we have anywhere like we get a deal with food anymore. But
Really?
any listeners, you could reach out and you'll get.
Seriously.
If there's any deal, you'll probably get half the team in there 5 days a week.
I remember when Todd used to say, if you can get us deals somewhere, we'll give them free tickets. Is that still a thing?
I think on the kind of like on an individual basis, like I don't know, say like you meet someone and they own a sandwich shop and they give you a free meal, you can like give them a ticket or two. But
So folks, just get
Yeah.
creative with the Devils. People like stuff for free, you know, right?
yeah, but I think that's probably why most of those deals come to an end, because probably get 20 guys showing up there.
You know, it's
abusing it every
interesting
day.
to me now. Okay. But that's what we used to do at Magic Wrap. The team used to dominate that place, right?
Yeah, but it creates a buzz. If it looks busy, it's good for them because it kind of will get more people in the door, I suppose. But
Yeah. The one thing I got written down here though is 10 years is a long time, man, to be on one team. So like you went there right out of junior hockey. And you basically
Junior B, maybe.
you basically grown up as a Cardiff Devil, like from a young little boy to where you're at now, right? Like now you're married.
Yeah.
You're like a
Yeah,
full
married.
grown up.
Married with a mortgage and all that fun stuff. Yeah, it's it
Yeah.
kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about when you finish hockey, it's almost like become part of my like self identity as like as a hockey player, as a Cardiff Devil. So I think that's going to be
Don't think about it too much yet. You don't need to. Okay.
yeah, I hope not. But
Just have
yeah,
a plan. But it sucks. Yeah. But you're right. It is your identity as a person. Is like I was always the hockey guy. I'd come home the summers and I'm like, people be asking like where I'm gonna go next year, what am I doing? And blah blah blah. It's like, and then that's not who you are anymore. And it is very strange and hard.
Yeah, I think it's probably something that I probably not like. There's probably not a lot of support for people like ex-athletes around for that kind of stuff. But
Well, and it's like weird when people mention like support. It's like, yeah, like I guess I don't really know what support I'd be looking for other than like my friends. And I guess that's how I found it with the shed, right? I get to talk to all my old friends. I get to see you.
Yeah.
And this is all the support I need. You know?
Yeah, I guess you're like the support for everyone else. You're like the therapist, and we're coming to see you when we're down to relive the glory days.
That's actually what a fella from Western Michigan said to me when I first started this. This was like a few months in. He was like, I just wait for the ding for a new episode to come out. He's like, because man, you're like therapy for the boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as well like Spit and Chicklets did well as well, because it's kind of like you get all those stories and kind of tap in, like feel like you're back in like the locker room, that kind of thing, which people like. And
Well, yeah, and I think it's a lot of players are who listens, and then there's also fans who like want to get to know you guys, and then it's kind of like when they started the behind the scenes like hockey shows. I really like them because you got to know the players and what they're like in the room, and I think this is kind of like what that is, right? The fans get to know people, and then when they're watching you play, they're just a little more invested in you, kind of like when I coach these little buggers around here.
Yeah, definitely. I think like hockey, you don't really. Everyone in the media is quite. I'm talking about NHL, obviously, but everyone's quite reserved and they kind of say the
Afraid to be
company lines.
themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
I
what
think
the
it's good
NHL always was, though, man. Like I was so scared of what coaches thought, of what anybody thought, and like I couldn't be myself, you know.
Yeah, I think like when people are on podcasts, they kind of let their personality out a bit more, which I think, like you say, can only like help the game because it gets the fans more invested in the players and kind of
You know what it
shows them.
makes me think of right now is like when Todd, when I first got to Cardiff and he was telling us to get Twitter because then the fans get to know you more and your personality more. Is that's
Yeah,
what we're doing now, but like on steroids. Now
yeah,
people actually get to know you guys and like your whole journey and where you, how it all went for you, right? And hockey players do live very weird lives.
yeah. I know, like, yeah, especially like some of the places you go, like whether it's like if kids that grow up here go over to like America or vice versa, like you guys going over to Germany and
Yeah.
Russia, some of them, there's always good stories there. But
Well, it's like you
imagine
moved
like
to the
some of
US
the
at
stories,
what, 17 years old, right?
yeah. Just imagine all the stories that were lost from like guys in like the 80s playing who have gone to like Russia and places like that. It's good. It's good that now there's a platform for everyone to get them out and have
Well,
them.
it's really really fun and I haven't got bored with it at all, and now I get to support your big day, and now that we've got this out there, now I don't have to bite my tongue anymore and we can just talk about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you can maybe recruit some other guys to to come along or get them on
Well, you'll just have to
chat.
tell me which guys have the worm and the hook in the water and are thinking about
Yeah,
biting it, and I will try and push them towards that worm.
yeah. Okay,
I
I'll
think
work
we'll have
on that
fun,
for you.
right?
Yeah, it's going to be good. I think at the end of the day, as much as it's my testimonial, it's going to be about kind of getting everyone together just to just have a good time. And you never know when like the twin however many guys are going to be back there. You never know when that group will be back together again. So
Well, and it's just
in the
it's
moment and
oh,
it's brilliant.
it's as heartwarming as it gets that you get to do this. You deserve it, but that like we all get to do it because of you. That like I'm gonna get to see Marshy in person, and I'm gonna get to see Blighter and Hendo and Deese and all these guys that you're gonna bring back. And it's like shed guys know shed guys, and it's like if I know you're inviting a guy, I know he's a shed guy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it can. We've got some friends from home coming as well, actually, which will be funny because haven't seen them, haven't been on the ice with them in probably like 15 years. So
And
it'll
it's fun for
good
everybody. And it's
group.
like with Hendo last year with Mises, he's like, I didn't know if I'd ever get on the ice like with my kids like that. He never got to do it, right? Because his kids weren't born, and that he got to go on the ice with his kids and like be that hockey guy again. It's kind of like what I do in the shed is like for the retired fellas, I get to let them remember who they were and remember all the good times, because when it's over, it is over. But then the guys that are playing, sometimes it's kind of nice to talk about your accomplishments, because as hockey guys, the way I was raised is you don't really talk about what you've done. You don't talk about what you've done in hockey. You just kind of carry on. And like to actually get to go on and talk about the things you've done is, I think, can give you a shed boost,
Yeah, definitely. I think what you said before as well for like guys with kids as well. Their kids can one day like look back, find the podcast, and kind of have a rundown of what their dad did or in their career and that
And
kind of
there's
stuff, which
so
is
many
pretty cool
kids
as
that
well.
have no clue what their dads were doing. And it's because the dad's not really going to talk about it, right? Unless people start asking questions. And for the most part,
Yeah,
what I've found is like people don't care what I've done in my life. And I'm going to put it out there in the shed, and because it makes me happy and I get to reminisce with everybody and I get to be happy. But then I also do it for their families and like for their kids or for their wives. It's like having you and Tash on after your wedding. It's like, I think this is a memory for people. And that's what I love about this. And that's why I'll do it for free any day, you know?
yeah, it's great. I think.
Well, dude, how long is it? This is January. 4 months, eh?
Yeah. I got some planning to do, and some flights to be booking.
Right. Yeah, yeah. It's May's gonna be a crazy month, folks. I don't think there'll be a lot of shed time. Yeah, we're going to
Yes,
Panama too, to my parents' place to start that month.
really.
So yeah, we're going there for a week and then come back. Then the little fella's going to have a AAA spring tournament, then head to Cardiff, and then he has another one. It's going to be a busy month.
Oh, you're racking up the air miles.
Well, you got to live, right?
That's it. That's what we work for.
We haven't been on a family trip. We haven't done anything cool like since the kids were born where we've gone anywhere like too far. So yeah, we're gonna go to my parents' place and pretty excited about that.
What did you say was Panama?
Panama. Yeah, like down there, South America or wherever, you know?
Country, not Panama Beach in Florida.
No, the real one.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, no, we haven't been there since before we had kids. So it's time. Yeah, pretty excited about May. May's gonna be a month. Gonna run a buck. Might be
We've
tired by the
got-
after the hockey batch, Josh.
Yeah.
So I guess to recap, can't wait to come
Yeah.
over and celebrate your 10 years, but I do think you got another 10 years in you, big guy. Just let you know from what I've seen. You
We'll
don't
see.
Yeah, you're doing just fine. You keep getting better. You're like Richie too, right? Like I bet you that guy's could do 10 more years. Cripe's
Oh yeah,
sake.
he'll have another testimonial this, right?
Yeah, it's well, and then you see Mizey having his second one this year, right? That's crazy.
I know, ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But then the other way to recap is for the new Fournier enjoys crunchies. Josh Batcher likes the white Buenos, right? And there's also Buenos for the boys for say Andrew and Colby that just came on, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with that, folks. You guys could do what you want. I don't want to get too carried away with the chocolate. Right? Like, because Manchester's already going to do the yaps for Jesper and the Kit Kats for Barrow. It's, it's going to get a bit carried away the second half of the year, but fun is fun, right? And then maybe if we got Sheffield Steelers on board for another like Kit Kat, get that with Mosey, shit could get real carried away, right?
Yeah. I thought they got banned in Sheffield.
They did. Fun was banned. Yeah. They banned fun. So yeah. I don't know how you can't win championships banning fun. That's all I know.
That's true.
So seriously, 4 months happens quick, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for having me on, and we'll get some flights booked for you.
Can't wait, buddy. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the invite.
Cheers.
And this has been another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Batchy and Wally.